This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Arizona Cardinals. Kickoff is moments away, so let's get you out to our commentators. And standing by for the call are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. A moment ago, this Arizona crowd was on its feet. The defensive starters, led by perennial All-Pro Patrick Peterson, were introduced. And they've got a tough one on their hands as they'll square off with the New York Giants. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be commanded by the veteran QB, the former Walter Payton Man of the Year in the league, Eli Manning.
An extremely durable player, had 210 consecutive starts in the NFL before missing one in 2017. And when you have to deal with him in the playoffs and a Super Bowl's on the line, Eli Manning's at the top of his game.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing on first down is Manning. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And that'll bring up second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Manning will try again on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. And here is the Cardinal defense.
In a league where the vast majority of guys play hard on every snap, Marcus Golden stands out for me because I've seen this guy play with so much passion and came out of college as a defensive end. They talked about making him an outside linebacker, but they figured out his strength, putting his hand on the ground, rushing the passer with a lot of force and a lot of will.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Working from the gun, Manning. He finds Beckham complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. So Manning to Beckham in this defense, they better hone in on that connection.
It's almost like an electrical charge for him, isn't it? When he catches the first one, I'm talking about OBJ, he just goes to the huddle and says more, more, more. And really, he's just one of those guys that once he gets going, look out.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still first down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Manning to throw once more. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. It's caught. Nelson. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
4 down. Here we go now. 3-19.
Now Rosen. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And that one results in 35 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a handoff. Johnson. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Rosen will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Ricky Seals-Jones, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Manning now on first down. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On second down, here's Barkley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And now running right through it. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Manning. To Barkley on the check down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, here's Manning. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Manning. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Aldrick Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
So out now come the Cardinals. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line.
Now let's go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They try the left side with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This quarterback now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3, 9.
Johnson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 39 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Manning on the bootleg. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Robert Kindici busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Operating from the gun, Manning. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now a handoff. This is Stewart. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
But that call makes sense, because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Manning, and that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter down. It's a close game here early on. Back to Glendale after this timeout.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Rosen puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
After the field goal, here's Rosen to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes Josh Rosen and the Cardinals offense back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Here's Johnson. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll run it with Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throw it with Rosen. His throw incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Manning now to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Off the bootleg. Manning. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Here's Manning to throw. And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
I feel like Eli Manning has just gone from downfield bomber to a guy who can complete everything.
He can hit him underneath now, can't he?
Yeah, we just saw that there with that pass completion. The maturity of a veteran taken with the defense will give him.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The pitch goes to Barkley. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, Creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, they run with Stewart. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Manning. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Johnson now gears up to help lead this offense back on the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Caught right side, Gresham. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down.
Now let's go.
Now Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Set. 3-19.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On the ground, this is Johnson. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Rosen off the play action. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green.
Rosen now off the bootleg. Man open left side. It's Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on 1st down. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. The quick slant caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal.
Hurry up. Here we go.
Rosen to throw again. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Ricky Seals-Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and that pushes the lead up to 11. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's a give to Barkley. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chandler Jones in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. The Giants on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Josh Rosen and company getting set for their next possession. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the one interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19.
Now Rosen looking to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw is Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that
All right,
stop.
here we go. 3-19.
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
That 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point try now for Dawson. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
In our game, it's been the UCLA man, Josh Rosen, with the strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen, and this is going to be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Blue 90.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I'm going to hit you all day.
Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively, and now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, that's the Kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise, because we know OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it up there. He'll go get it.
Manning now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Manning will try again on second down. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Into the red zone now. Manning. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Manning. And that is incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Aldrick Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick by Rosas is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go to Johnson again. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. The play fake. Here's Rosen. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. 3-19.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Again, it's Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They go play action. It's Rosen. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And Fitzgerald has got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, a 9-yard touchdown ground. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
The ruling on the field stands.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Now Dawson for the extra point. Dawson tacks on the point after, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. That time a 9-play drive, and it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed.
Super toe.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Saquon Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Manning. And this is going to be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Rosen now off the bootleg. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock down, but away and bring up second down.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Set, 3-19.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, it's Rosen. And able to find Kirk complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On first down, it's Rosen. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
All right, here we go. Green 39.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. It's caught. Shepard. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Manning now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. The handoff comes to Stewart. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Manning. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. It's caught at the 10. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a giant jumped early.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
They'll try and run it here. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Rosen now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Pharaoh Cooper. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Johnson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Here's Andy Lee now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. standing, and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Manning looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Shepard. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st down, Manning. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all.
First
Now
down.
your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Manning to throw on 2nd down. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2. Shotgun now for Manning. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Rosen now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go now. Green.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And an alley to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Over the middle, complete. That's Fitzgerald. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a handoff, Johnson, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Josh Morrow on the stop.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Dawson's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Manning. Looking middle. And it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Manning. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Manning now on 1st down. They get this out to Barkley, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Two 1st downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Manning now on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Again, they'll throw with Manning. Caught left side, it's Beckham. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Throwing on first down is Manning. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run with Barkley. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
To throw on third down, Manning. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Aldrick Rosen now to try the Giants field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Rosas puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free than what they're trying to get done on offense.
Johnson. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll run it with Johnson. And an alley to run. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's Johnson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Rosen off the play action. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up. And I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong usually for one person to handle.
He's back to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 6 there on first. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face
Automatic
mask.
first down.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll look to throw. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw. Manning over the middle to Beckham. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a 1st down as well. Manning to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. To throw is Manning. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Now Manning. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. Manning to throw once more. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Here we go.
Johnson on the counter. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. A little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Manning to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Manning will try again on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. 2 straight incompletions. Now the pressure's really on. Last thing you want here to start overtime, a 3 and out.
And I know that a few years ago when they changed the rules about overtime, it may have changed a little bit about how you go about things. But bottom line is, when you have the football, you never want to give it up. You want to make sure you get points on the board at a minimum and put pressure on the other team. This is a huge 3rd down call coming up.
To throw is Manning. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, what was the term that you just used a minute ago?
Well, especially in overtime, mistakes get magnified, so it's time for us to get our microscopes out, right? I mean, take a look at what's going on out there. That was very close to being a crucial play.
Yeah, got to look that ball in, didn't, and it hit the ground. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
That part 1 is done, now part 2. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
First throw in overtime now for Rosen. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
All right, here we go.
Now Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Pass incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Green.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Caught, right side, Gresham. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Here's Andy Lee now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Robert Kimdichie in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now a handoff. This is Stewart. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. He finds Beckham complete. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.